The Netflix documentary Maternal Instinct is easily the most disturbing ending we've seen to a story about a pathological liar. However, there's a lot to the story that it left out. So I'm going to go through a lot of the key details and questions that I think that the documentary didn't address. If you haven't seen it, this video is not for you. Save it and come back later. I will separately do a video on the full story in one part, so follow me if you want to see that. I will start this video with a trigger warning because it goes into infanticide, child loss, self-harm. Take care of yourself. So I think that the biggest question that everyone probably has is also the most disturbing one. Was Reagan Hancock alive when her child was forcibly removed from her womb? Yes, she probably was. The reason we know that is because the medical examiner found 2 of Reagan's fingernails embedded in the placenta. Investigators believe that her fingernails were there because as Taylor Parker was removing that placenta, Reagan was holding onto it and trying to protect her baby from being taken. Secondly, I've seen a lot of speculation about whether or not Wade knew what was going on and how could it be possible that he didn't know that this pregnancy was fake, right? He didn't know. He didn't know. Why would Taylor have set fire to his house if he knew? Why would she have called in a bomb threat if he knew? Why would she have set up the fake hog sale if he knew that it was all fake? I do agree with a lot of commentary that he was willfully ignorant. And on that subject, Reagan Hancock's husband, Homer, has sued Wade for wrongful death. And that's a civil matter that's still going on. Now, the documentary went into Taylor's kids a little bit, but not very much. She had 2 children, a daughter and a son. They were both from a single relationship. She had been married twice before. She did not have custody of either of her children. Major red flag. And in fact, Taylor's first husband reached out to Wade and warned him about Taylor and told him she can't have children, she has a hysterectomy. And Taylor said, "Oh, he's just trying to ruin my life, just like everybody else seems to be trying to ruin my life." Like I said, Wade was willfully ignorant. Okay, now I want to tell you a little bit more about Taylor's lies to the other people in Wade's inner circle, because this woman was actually really, really bad at lying. We actually see an email that Taylor's mom sent to people in Wade's inner circle. And it's Taylor's mom claiming to be trying to ruin Taylor's life, right? But it is so obviously Taylor trying to fill in all the gaps and cover all the holes in her stories, to the point that she even says, "It's going to look like Taylor's lying, and I'm doing that on purpose. I'm making it look like her stories don't make sense. I'm making it look like she's lying because I'm trying to ruin her life." That's what the email said. It even said, "I knew that she went to the bank with you this other day because I have helpers. I have people watching and helping me ruin Taylor's life." Like I said, willfully ignorant. And just because I think it's hilarious, can we talk about 2 of the people that Taylor made up in part of her scheme to buy this pecan point? Was someone named Shelley, who was trying to vouch for her Shell oil fortune, and someone named Lollington, who was a lawyer trying to vouch for her fortune. Not super creative. Okay, and lastly, I want to talk about Taylor's story of what happened, because the documentary didn't go into the trial at all. So Taylor's story that she put forward is that she went over to Reagan's house because Reagan called her Reagan asked her to come over. When she went over there, she and Reagan got into a fight, and Reagan initiated the fight. She called her a mean word, they started arguing, and it got physical. And at some point, Reagan grabbed a knife and was brandishing it and went after Taylor, and then started stabbing herself, or she fell on the floor with the knife. That part was unclear, or maybe it changed multiple times. And when she fell on the floor, she hit her head on that glass jar of sand. And then she knew she was going to die. And once Reagan knew she was going to die, she asked Taylor to please take the child from her womb. I guess that wasn't actually lastly. If you want to know where Taylor is now, she is on death row. She was found guilty after just a 90-minute deliberation of capital murder, not just against Reagan Hancock, but of her daughter. Braxley is her name. And she has exhausted her appeals. So she is going to be put to death. And like I said at the start of this video, if you would like the entire story in one part, click the follow button and come on back.